I texted my situationship guy that ghosted me, calling him out for ghosting me basically, slash treating me like shit. And I've never been happier that I've done anything in my life. I went back and forth for so long on like, should I send a text? And everyone was like, no, Olivia, silence is more powerful. He doesn't deserve your words. He doesn't deserve your tears. He doesn't deserve your energy. I don't disagree, but it didn't feel empowering to me in this situation to not say anything. In the past, I have often not said anything. I've never said anything with this particular man. Any guy I've dated who's like not texted me after a first, second, third date, don't say anything because like I'm not that pressed. He doesn't owe me anything if it's been 1, 2, or 3 dates. If we have an established kind of connection and relationship and he does that, that's beat. But if he has taken me on 1 or 2 or 3 dates and we just didn't vibe enough for him to be like, let's keep seeing each other, then that's that, you know? So, and also, there are absolutely situations where when you have a long-standing connection with someone, silence is the more powerful, more empowering option. My ex that I was with for 5 years dumped me over the phone from Afghanistan after telling me he was going to propose to me when he got back. And literally because he met someone else in Afghanistan. Yes. I did not speak to that man after the phone call where he dumped me ever again in my life. He emailed me a couple of times. I didn't respond. I never texted him again. I never called him again. After 5 years of whatever the fuck we did together and all the stuff I said over 5 years, and after 5 years of, like, I didn't have words to say to him. I didn't need to speak to him. So that was my move there. And I didn't need to be told that. I didn't need to be encouraged to not say anything. I just didn't want to talk to him. I had nothing to say. But with my situationship, who I dated for like 5 months, 2 years ago, and then we reconnected a couple of months ago, and then he ghosted me after taking me on, like, we went on a catch-up date. Then we reconnected like a month later, and we bumped into each other out, and we spent the whole night hanging out, and then we spent the whole next day together watching football, hanging out, getting coffee, drinking like coffee, eating food, vibing on the couch. And then he scheduled an actual dinner date, which he picked me up for. We went on the dinner date. It was a great date. I stayed the night, didn't sleep with him, for those of you who think that that makes a difference in how you perceive the situation. Then I didn't hear from him again. And a week went by, and I texted him because I was like wanting to see if I was actually being ghosted. And I didn't text him about him ghosting me at that point. I just texted him something random that was relevant to our connection and conversation and whatever. Didn't respond. So about a month after that, I texted him, like last Tuesday or Wednesday. And I said, I know you're probably going to say that you've been really busy and we're going to text me eventually or something, but I just want you to know that the very aggressive contrast between your words and actions actually is hurtful, and I don't deserve that. It's a shame that at the very least you couldn't just be honest with me. I wish I said more. I said that because I'm not here to like bitch someone out or try to punish someone, but it's okay to stand up for ourselves. Like, it's okay to say, like, this is shit. Like, you can't treat people like this. And they obviously already know that. I don't think I'm teaching him something he doesn't know. But it's okay to stand up for ourselves. Like, I really truly believe that the patriarchy has instilled in women that we should take the high road and we shouldn't say anything because that is easier for men. That makes it such that men don't have to like be held accountable for their actions or confront the fact that their behaviors actually affect women. Like, they don't want to take responsibility for being assholes, so they just literally have ingrained in all of us to just be silent, and that's more attractive and that's more powerful and that maintains our dignity. I have all of my dignity intact. I did nothing wrong, and this man ghosted my ass, and we have an established, long-standing, close connection, and he ghosted me. He had never done anything this egregious in the past. Like, we went our separate ways because he didn't want commitment and I did. But this time there was no discussion about commitment. We were just like on a date, and then we went on another date, and that's that. Like, I'm so perplexed, and it is so embarrassing for him and so gross that he could just like disappear it's giving cowardly. Um, so I said what I said, and I feel very pleased about it. I thought maybe I would regret it. And if you feel like it's more empowering to not say anything, then don't say anything. And that's awesome. For me, in this situation, again, like that felt disempowering. It felt to me like I was just taking his shit treatment and just being like, okay, you can just ghost me. That's fine. I know not everyone feels like that. And I really think we should all do what feels best to us, not that everyone should text. This felt best to me in this circumstance. And despite the fact that so many of the people around me who love me and care about me were like, Olivia, just don't. I did. And I feel so glad about it because I just I feel good that I stood up for myself, to be honest. And I feel like, you know, maybe it didn't make a difference to him. Maybe he felt like this big for 5 seconds. Like, I don't know. I don't really care. But I feel like I can move on. I feel like I have some closure. I feel great. So I would like to encourage anyone who has been told by other people who probably have their heart in absolutely the right place not to text someone that has ghosted you or something. You have to be ready to accept that, like, if you do send that text, like, very likely the connection is going to be like donezo. Not necessarily very likely, but it's very possible that it's going to be donezo. But if you're ready for that and you just want to say your piece, then do it. And I really, really wish, like I said, that I had said more. I wish I had been a little more harsh, a little more like intense, but I didn't. And yeah. So say your piece, stand up for yourself. It's okay. The patriarchy doesn't want it because men don't want to be held accountable.